I'll wait for some more people to join. Hello, everyone. I'll give everyone a minute or so. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, well, as more of you join, I just first wanted to introduce myself. I'm Charli, and I just want to say hello and thank you all for joining this live so far. As some of you guys know, I'm obviously a long time Dunkin lover. That's kind of my whole thing since the beginning. And since starting TikTok, obviously I've shown my appreciation for Dunkin, but I've also seen a lot of Dunkin team members also show their appreciation for Dunkin with making fun new drinks and posting the fun things about working at Dunkin and experimenting with things within TikTok. And I'm really excited to learn a little bit more after talking to a very special Dunkin team member. With work experience in the current franchise. So I'm very, very excited about this. I do want to talk about one thing in particular that I'm very excited for. It is the hashtag Team Dunkin sweepstakes. To enter, you share your go-to Dunkin order in the comments using hashtag Team Dunkin sweepstakes for a chance to win $4,000 prizes of an exclusive backpack filled with Dunkin merch, accessories, and a Dunkin gift card. So let me just wait for our special guest. Here we go. Hello.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Amazing. So
Awesome.
I wanted to start off with interviewing you. I had some questions for you, and I wanted to kind of ask you what your experience working with Dunkin is like.
uh So working at Dunkin' has honestly been so amazing. I really love all the coworkers that I've met throughout the years working at Dunkin'. It's been super fun, and I'm super glad I started working for Dunkin'.
Wow, that's so exciting. I had a few questions, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. So your Dunkin' TikToks are obviously very, very fun. How do you come up with the ideas?
So honestly, it takes a lot of brainstorming and a lot of behind the scenes from what you see on TikTok actually. So I do have like a little notebook. I like to write down like recipes and like the syrups and like I have pictures of like what I want the drinks to look like really. And I do take a lot of collaboration and ideas from my coworkers as well. We just want to make sure that all the flavors and combinations are really good before we put it out for the world to see right on TikTok.
Wow, that's awesome. Is there a lot of stuff in this notebook? This is something you do not want to lose.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff and I definitely treasure it, so I don't want to lose that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Since you worked at Dunkin', can you tell us what's your favorite perk about working with Dunkin'?
Yeah, so I think something I really enjoy about working at Dunkin' is that there's so many opportunities for growth in the company. So, for example, I started out as a regular crew member, and then I slowly gained experience, and I was able to move up to that shifting position. And I think that really is going to help me, especially later on in my future career. And I think there's so many other opportunities, like assistant manager, general manager, so many different opportunities to grow at Dunkin'. So I think that's like my favorite perk about working here.
That's awesome. So you were just talking about your coworkers. Having awesome coworkers is obviously very fun. Can you share a favorite memory you've had with your Dunkin' team members?
So I think like a memory that sticks out to me the most would probably be New Year's Day. Um, Especially like the morning shift, it could be a little bit hard, but to wake up, especially for those shifts. But I think like my favorite memory would be wearing our pajamas on that opening shift. Our store owners allow that, so I'm super grateful for that. And we're able to take a lot of pictures, and it's just a super fun time just seeing everyone in their pajamas and seeing like their different personalities. So that's something I really cherish about like one of my favorite memories working at Dunkin' with my coworkers.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay. Let's pretend it's tomorrow morning. What does a typical morning when you arrive at Dunkin' look like?
Okay, so my days start pretty early at Dunkin'. I'm usually one of the main openers, so I start before the sunrises. So when we get into the store, we want to make sure our donuts are prepped and ready for the guests, and make sure our coffee is brewed. We just want to make sure everything's stocked and clean, just so everything looks presentable for the customers as they come through. And I think one of like the main perks I do like about working morning shifts is that I'm able to watch the sunrise. I think that's something I really enjoy, especially just waking up early. It's something really calming and just something I really like to enjoy before the craziness starts in the morning. But after that, we just want to make sure we're greeting our customers and we're serving them timely and efficiently, and just making sure we're creating a memorable experience for all of our guests to the store.
Wow, that sounds like fun. Oh my goodness. Watching the sunrise. You're a morning person?
Yeah, after working at Dunkin', I'm definitely a morning person.
Do you get your morning coffee to be a morning person? Because I do.
Sitting on that coffee, watching the sunrise is really enjoyable.
Okay, I have a quick rapid fire Q&A. Are you ready?
Okay.
What is your favorite Dunkin' drink?
It would definitely be the Patrick. If you haven't tried it, you definitely should. But it was like my little drink on the menu that I got. So,
what is your favorite Dunkin' donut?
my favorite donut right now would have to be the coffee rolls. I'm pretty obsessed with them. I definitely have to have one every time I work. So, definitely a coffee roll.
Awesome. What's the best seasonal Dunkin' menu item?
Definitely have to be like our pumpkin spice. I know that's coming soon, so look forward to that. But with that whole lineup, I think the pumpkin muffins would have to be my favorite.
Okay. Describe your Dunkin' team in one word.
My Dunkin' team in one word. Probably family.
What are 3 skills you've learned as a Dunkin' team member?
So working at Dunkin', I've definitely learned that I'm able to multitask between many different things. So I think that's something I'm really going to take. And another thing that I've learned is that I've been able to come out of my shell. So before working at Dunkin', I was a little bit more reserved and a little bit more introverted. But working at Dunkin', just interacting with the customers, I think that I've been able to go out of my shell, and that's something I'm definitely going to take on to my future career as well. And definitely just being able to be collaborative, especially working with a team environment. You all have that main one goal that you're all working towards at the end of the day. Just making sure you're able to take like other people's opinions and making sure that everyone's voices are heard, so you're able to run a successful.
Wow. Into that a little bit more recently, can you share a secret menu item hack for all of the viewers?
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend, I know you're a pretty big fan of our cold brew, would be the Patrick. It's a different take on a cold brew, so it is, I have one right here too, yeah, cold brew. But it would have to be a cold brew with sweet cold foam with a splash of cream, half caramel, half vanilla, and then caramel drizzle right on top. That's like my go-to drink, and I drink it almost every day. So I think that's something all the viewers should definitely try.
Okay, I think that's definitely going to be my next drink I try. Been experimenting with like oat milk recently.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know about that.
Oat milk, yeah, almond milk and coconut milk and oat milk. We have all of those, and those are really popular as well.
I've been trying out some new ones, but I have to try the Patrick.
Ooh, okay, cool. Let me know how it goes.
I will. Do you have anything that you want to ask me?
Yeah, so I do have a couple questions for you, actually. So I know you started I know you started going to Dunkin' since you were really little with your dad. So what's one of your favorite memories from those early days at Dunkin' that you can remember?
Oh my goodness. So obviously my dad, my sister, and I, we would all go. He would get coffee. We would go get donuts. I was really young. I was probably like 5-ish, if even that. And we would just go in the car and listen to music. We would drive around. My dad loves driving in the car. We would just really get like to hang out with my dad, especially because like my mom took me to dance competitions. That was really special for us. And my dad took me to like drive around. And we even still do that now. We'll go and like get Dunkin's. It's a really cool thing that we have that's really just time for like us to kind of talk about things and talk to each other and really get to spend quality time together.
Oh, that's really good. I like how you guys have like a shared like through Dunkin'. That's really nice. So if you could describe team's vibe, or if you could describe the team vibe at your local Dunkin', what would you say about it?
Oh my goodness. So I switch off between 2 Dunkins in my area, and I would have to say both of them are super, super awesome. Obviously, like when I go in and I'm wearing a mask and they don't like know it's me, I'll sometimes like ask questions. But like, do a lot of people come in here and like order the Charli, and like we'll kind of chit chat about that, and it's super fun to like talk to everyone there, and they're all super sweet. I've obviously been to Dunkin' on the East Coast as well, so seeing how it is like from coast to coast is super awesome. Everyone's super sweet, super welcoming, and it's just always a super fun time, and that's why I love Dunkin', and that's why I've never stopped going.
Well, that's really good to hear. Uh, so, next question. What would you look forward to the most if you could work at Dunkin' for a day?
Oh my goodness. I think it would just be trying everything. I don't think I could resist. I would just want to try everything. And I would be like, oh my goodness, do you want this in your drink? Like, look at this. Like, I feel like I would do what you do, is like make my concoctions. I feel like I would do that all day.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to resist just seeing like all like the coffee and the donut just sitting like right in front of you as you're working. Yeah, it's definitely hard to resist. So, what fun TikTok challenge do you think Dunkin' crew members should try next?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I would love to see everyone kind of talk about their favorite parts of being a part of the Dunkin' family. I mean, as a Dunkin' family member, I know that it's always a super special thing, and I feel like just showing your favorite parts of being a part of Dunkin', especially as someone who came from the East Coast. I'm like bringing all my friends to try Dunkin' for the first time, and then now they're a part of the family, and it's a super fun and positive atmosphere, and I want to hear everyone else's favorite parts about it.
Oh, that's really sweet. So, I know you had the Charli on the menu. So, how did it feel to get that drink named after you on that?
That was pretty crazy. I remember like going into the Dunkin' the first time and like seeing my picture on the screen, and that was super weird because it was like I've been going here my whole life and now I see my face there. Like that's not normal. Um, but eventually like I would go in more and more and I would get more comfortable, and I would see the Dunkin' team members, and sometimes they would be like, "Oh my goodness, that's you," and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's me. That's really weird," but it's super awesome, and it
Yeah.
definitely makes ordering my usual drink a lot easier.
Yeah, you don't have to completely explain it. You can just say, "Can I get the Charli?" and they got it right for you.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So I know you're a pretty big fan of your own drink, but is there a Dunkin' menu item that you are thinking about trying, but you haven't had the chance to try yet?
I actually really want to try the popping. What are they called?
The popping
Yes,
bubbles.
I really want to try that. And
Those are
I've
really
been
good.
wanting to try matcha too.
Ooh, the
I
matcha.
don't know.
I heard the matcha is good with French vanilla, adds like a really good sweetness to it if you want to try that. And then the frozen or the popping bubbles are really good in frozen drinks as well. It's like a whole experience. So definitely should try that next.
Okay, I will.
All right. So out of all of the talks that you've seen, which one would have to be your favorite if you could name one?
Oh my goodness. Well, obviously your videos are awesome, but I remember when the Charli first came out and people would go and order it, and they would like order it and say like, "Can I get the Dixie Sister?" or stuff like that. Those are really funny to watch, and I really enjoyed those.
Those ones are pretty funny, yeah. All right. So one last question to wrap this all up. Do you happen to have a favorite TikTok food trend right now?
Oh my goodness. There are so many. I feel like I like watching people make food. Like what no matter what it is.
It's so
People go into these crazy recipes, and then it turns out the most beautiful things, whether it's like remaking those crumble cookies or like what you do with the Dunkin' drinks. Like I love seeing people do that and just put things together. And then when they taste it and they're like, it's so good. That's like my favorite thing. I love it.
awesome. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me on this Dunkin' Live today. I think this was really
First, thank you.
fun. Yes, I will definitely make sure to try the Patrick and try the popping bubbles with the frozen drink and the matcha with the French vanilla next time I go to Dunkin'. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Ooh, hello. So before everyone leaves this live, remember Team Dunkin sweepstakes is happening right now. To enter, share your go-to Dunkin order using the hashtag Team Dunkin sweepstakes for a chance to win 4 grand prizes of an exclusive backpack filled with Dunkin merch, accessories, and a Dunkin gift card. That is a pretty sweet deal. So drop those comments below. Good luck to everyone, and keep an eye out on your inbox. Dunkin will hit you up with the winner soon. Bye, guys!
Bye.